Hi, T.O.T. Carlson here. As a film enthusiast, I love surrounding myself in many of the greatest films ever made. I also enjoy surrounding myself with some movies that are considered some of the worst ever made. Believe it or not, sometimes you have some of the best times watching those movies. Today, we're taking a look at a 4K release of a movie that's often been called one of the worst ever, but is it really as bad as everyone says? The movie we're talking about today is Mac and Me, which has gotten a 4K release courtesy of Vinegar Syndrome. I'm going to unbox this release and share my opinion. There's a close-up of our title, Alien, spine text, back cover. We do have reversible art, so I'll reverse that. Here's the reversible art. This is more akin to the classic movie poster with the caption, Eric's new in the neighborhood, Mac's new on the planet. And the rest of the packaging is pretty much the same. We get a 4K ultra high def release of the film, which includes commentaries. And then we get a Blu-ray disc of the film, which includes the film, the commentaries, and several other bonus features, some of which were newly made for this release. When a family of telekinetic extraterrestrials dying on a parched planet are vacuumed into a NASA rover and transplanted to Earth, they inadvertently become literal illegal aliens on the run from the United States government. As his sister, mother, and father escape into the strangely familiar world of the surrounding desert, the youngest of the group becomes lost, eventually sneaking into the home of a wheelchair-bound middle schooler named Eric. At first, unsure of what to make of the pint-sized space creature, Eric and his older brother Mike are quickly smitten and name their new alien friend Mac, short for mysterious alien creature. While Mac adjusts quickly to life on Earth, soon getting a love for popular soft drink brands and fast food restaurants, he remains desperate to reunite with his family. But when gun-toting government agents track him down, Eric and Mike save Mac from capture and hit the road, hoping to help him find his family before it's too late. One of the most baffling, beloved, and jaw-droppingly weird sci-fi films of the 1980s, director and co-writer Stuart Raffel, Mac and Me has gained legions of fans across the universe. From its unforgettably strange aliens to its legendary fast food restaurant set dance party and its plentiful and oft-discussed product placement, all set to a remarkable swelling score by two-time Academy Award nominee Alan Silvestri, this frequently heartfelt and always hilarious cult classic explodes onto 4K Ultra High Def from Vinegar Syndrome Ultra, newly scanned and restored from its 35mm original camera negative exclusively for this release, and jam-packed with brand new extras. There has certainly been a lot of talk about Mac and Me over the years, most of it not positive. The general consensus seems to be that Mac and Me is a ripoff of E.T., which contains a lot of product placement for McDonald's and Coca-Cola. One famous review for the film even replaced the phrase E.T. phone home with E.T. call lawyer. But I have to say, I had to check the movie out just out of sheer curiosity because of everything everyone said about it. And I have to say, at the end of the day, Mac and Me is not the terrible film everyone says it is. The problem is it has to exist in a world where E.T. also exists. And let's face it, if you have the choice between the two, you'll probably choose E.T. every time. The movie revolves around a family who's just moved to a new neighborhood in California, and meanwhile a group of extraterrestrials has become surrounded and their young son has become separated. Wheelchair-bound young Eric finds himself infatuated with this mysterious alien creature, or Mac for short, and it's not long before the two meet and form a bond of sorts. They also notice that Mac has some degree of strange powers that make their life certainly a bit strange. And they have to keep Mac under wraps because government agents are coming around looking for him. This includes dressing him in a teddy bear suit and trying to hide him in plain sight, including during a birthday party at a McDonald's restaurant. You can kind of see where I'm going with all the product placement here. You can pretty much swap out Reese's Pieces for Coca-Cola, and you get an idea of where a lot of the E.T. parallels are. That said, though, I think a lot of the performances in this movie are actually pretty solid. Jade Caligari, who plays Eric, the main human protagonist, actually had spina bifida in real life and was confined to a wheelchair. He'd never acted before, but I actually have to give the film crew credit for hiring someone who actually had a disability. He'd never acted prior to this, but he actually brings a lot of enthusiasm to this role, and he's certainly one of the best things about the film. You even have Christine Ebersole portraying the mother of the two young boys, and a decent supporting cast all around. The alien effects and costumes actually look pretty solid, although I did read a review once that said that the O-shaped mouths they have are reminiscent of blow-up dolls, and now I can't unsee that. Still, a lot of work actually went into this movie, and there are some moments that are actually quite well done, including some action scenes on a freeway, the climax, which of course was slightly edited for general release. We'll get into that more in a minute. And I have to say, despite all of its problems, and believe me, there are all quite a few, Mac and Me is not quite the terrible film everyone thinks it is, and I was happy to actually go back and revisit this one. Vinegar Syndrome has certainly done right by Mac and Me, giving it some great picture quality for this restored transfer on 4K. All the natural film grain is intact. Probably the only minor complaint is some of the effect shots do tend to look a little rough, and there are a few scenes, particularly in the alien environments, where there tends to be some grain spiking, likely because of how those scenes were shot. But overall, the movie gets a really nice uptick. There's a lot of detail, a lot of bright bold color, but a lot of dark black levels and shadow detail when the film requires that. I really have no substantial complaints with this transfer of Mac and Me. Vinegar Syndrome is great for giving a lot of critically acclaimed films and not so beloved films great special editions. In addition to those commentaries that are on the 4K, we also get some newly filmed interviews, including one with the director and one with Christine Ebersole, and a few other pieces as well, including some vintage stuff. We also get from video a reconstruction of the original ending of the film, which was slightly more violent, that again had to be edited for general release. This is far better of a special edition than a movie like Mac and Me deserves, but I am happy to see that Vinegar Syndrome certainly pulled out all the stops, and for those that happen to have a soft spot for this one, they've given this movie the definitive edition that it absolutely deserves. Absolute highest recommendations if you are a fan. The movie itself I would place under try before you buy, but if this is one that you love, either because you genuinely love the film or you're a connoisseur of bad cinema, don't hesitate to add it to your collection. How about you? Are you a fan of Mac and Me? Do you think a lot of the negative criticism veiled at this film is true? Do you think it's an underrated masterpiece of sorts? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Timothy Carlson. See you next time.